Hello everyone, welcome back to Believers IAS Academy, Bengaluru. This is Target 2025 Prelims previous year question paper discussion. So till now we have completed 2024 previous year questions. Now we are doing 2023 Prelims question paper, and in that we already completed history, polity, geography and economy. Now today we are going to look into environmental questions. Okay, before we move on to the discussion, I would like to congratulate all the individuals, all the aspirants who have cleared the mains and are gearing up for the interview. This time, give your best and prepare for the interview as if it is your last attempt. Okay, so there are 275 marks up for grabs, and if you prepare thoroughly, you can achieve more than 200 marks here. So it can decide your rank, it can decide the service which you are going to get. Okay, don't ignore it, prepare in a holistic way and keep a open mind. Okay, in that way you will be able to prepare better for the interview. And people who didn't clear mains, don't worry, relax, take your time out and then analyze the situation. I know it is a difficult time now. Analyze the situation, see where you are standing at, and if you decide that you are going to give an attempt another time, you are going to give attempt in 2025, then this initiative is for you. So I am here present before you to help you gear up for the 2025 prelims preparation. Along with this, we will also be discussing about mains preparation in the coming days. But for now, I will be telling you important tricks or important analysis on how you can analyze the UPSC prelims questions and how you can answer these kind of questions. Okay, and as we know, 2023 was the toughest UPSC prelims question paper. So we already done with the 4 subjects. If you want to have discussion about all those things, you can go back to the channel and you can search the UPSC previous year question analysis of 2023 and you will be getting the videos. Okay, with this I will start the session. So today we will be discussing environment in UPSC. As I already explained in the introductory classes, in prelims especially, environment and ecology is the game changer. Okay, every year since the induction of IFOS into the UPSC CSE prelims, okay, since IFOS and CSE prelims are held together, every year since then environment and ecology had gained very significance. Since then there are at least 15 plus questions in every year. Okay, in some years there have been 20 plus questions from environment and ecology. In environment and ecology, most important and most focused topic here is biodiversity, and along with it there are questions on pollution, and then within biodiversity there will be questions on species in use. Okay, and another one is conventions, agreements, international organizations, okay, such as IUCN, UNFCCC. All these things are very important. So today we will try to understand what kind of questions were asked previously, and again legislations. Okay, environmental legislations, all these become very important from your prelims perspective. So today we will try to understand what kind of questions were asked in 2023 prelims and which many consider to be toughest, and we will try to decode it and try to answer the questions. Okay, now the first question in 2023 prelims is in environment is, consider the following statements. Once the central government notifies an area as community reserve, once the central government notifies the area as community reserve, consider the following statements. That is, the chief warden of the state becomes the governing authority of the such forest. Hunting is not allowed in such area. People of such area are allowed to collect non-timber forest produce. Then people of such area are allowed to allowed traditional agriculture practices. Here, if you look into the environmental legislation, that is Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. Under this, section 36C deals with community reserves. According to this, state government, okay, state government may, where the community or an individual has volunteered to conserve the wildlife and its habitat, can declare any private or community land not comprised within a national park, sanctuary or conservation reserve as a community reserve. Okay, suppose there is any land, okay, which has where is the land and which is like owned by a community. If they decide that they want to conserve that land as a community reserve, then they can be declared by the state government, but that community reserve should not be already part of national park, should not already be part of sanctuary, should not already be part of conservation reserve. So these lands can be declared as community reserve for protecting fauna, flora and traditional or culture conservation and values and practices. So section 36D of the aforementioned act says that the governance, state government shall constitute community reserve management committee. There will be community reserve management committee, which shall be the authority responsible for conserving, maintaining, and managing the community reserve. Here, statement 1 becomes wrong, because in the statement 1 they are talking about chief wildlife warden. Okay, chief wildlife warden is not the governing authority. Instead, it is a community reserve management committee. That is the authority, okay, which is responsible for managing community reserves. And second part, after a forest has been declared as a community reserve, there are certain things which you can do and certain things which are not possible to do there. First one is, people are allowed to hunt there. Okay, people are allowed to hunt there. So don't get confused here. People are allowed to hunt there. So hence statement 2 is correct. And people can collect non-timber forest produce. And statement 3 is also correct. Okay, hunt in the sense, it is not like they are going to hunt tigers, elephants, etc. They are going to hunt smaller animals which are important for the community and for their food security. They are allowed and can collect non-timber forest produces. Okay, and then people are not allowed to use it for agriculture practices such as zoom cultivation. Okay, what is zoom cultivation? That is slash and burn cultivation. Okay, if you want to conserve, if you want to protect a forest, you want to protect the forest itself. So if you are following slash and burn technique, you are going to cut the trees. Is it really a conservation? No, right? So this activity is not allowed there. So you could use kind of common sense here. Most of the times community reserves are managed by state government. Okay, even if there is a particular statement given in UPSC saying this particular individual, this particular organization is responsible for this particular task, most of the times that kind of questions can be tricky and that kind of statement can be wrong there. Okay, then moving to the second statement, that is second question, that is, consider the following statements. In India, the biodiversity management committees are the key to realization of objectives of Nagoya Protocol. Statement 2, biodiversity management committees have important functions in determining access and benefit sharing, including the power to levy collection fees on the access of biological resources within its jurisdiction. Okay, here it is talking about biodiversity management committees. Okay, there is Biodiversity Management Act in India. Okay, it was started in 2002. This act was brought by Government of India in concurrence in order to provide close synergy with Nagoya Protocol. Okay, what is this Nagoya Protocol? Nagoya Protocol is one of the significant protocol to United Nations Convention on Biodiversity. Okay, in this Nagoya Protocol, there are two key initiatives or two key outcomes. That is, one is conservation of biodiversity, and second is access to this biodiversity reserve and benefit sharing. Okay, if you are going to access the biodiversity reserve and if you are getting certain benefits out of the biodiversity reserve, you should share the benefits arising out of the biodiversity reserve with local communities, with the country of origin, with other stakeholders which are not there. Okay, in pursuance of that Nagoya Protocol, India brought laid down Biodiversity Management Act. Under this, there were three main organizations. One was National Biodiversity Authority, which is headed at Chennai, and then there is state biodiversity authorities, obviously in both like every state, and then there is biodiversity management committees. These are at the lowest level. These are the lower level of Biodiversity Management Act, and these are mandated with certain tasks. Okay, what are the tasks? First one is biodiversity governance in India. India's Biological Diversity Act of 2002 is in close synergy with the Nagoya Protocol and aims to implement provisions of the Convention on CBD, that is Convention on Biodiversity. The Nagoya Protocol sought to ensure commercial and research utilization of genetic resources, led to sharing its benefits with government and the community that conserve the such resources. Okay. Under Section 41(1), the Biological Diversity Act, every local body in the state shall constitute a biodiversity management committee within its area of jurisdiction, and statement 1 is correct. So, if you want to achieve the objectives of Nagoya Protocol, main responsibility is on biodiversity management committees. Okay, and the main function of biodiversity management committee is to prepare PIPA's biodiversity register in consultation with the local people. What is PIPA's biodiversity register? People's Biodiversity Register is a register where all the knowledge related to local communities, okay, all the knowledge related to environment, all the knowledge related to biodiversity, all the knowledge related to any kind of resources, which knowledge is present among the local communities, it will be written in the People's Biodiversity Register. With this People's Biodiversity Register, the government or the National Biodiversity Authority can request for the generation of patent. Okay, so it is very important so that we can have our own resources, so that we can generate our own what to say patents, okay, which have more large implications in economy also. The BMC shall be responsible for ensuring the protection of knowledge recorded in PBR, especially to regulate its access to outside persons and agencies. Okay, so I'll give an example here. Within biodiversity, there is a within biodiversity, if there is a knowledge, there is every chance that this knowledge can be like stolen. Okay, that stealing of knowledge in biodiversity without any prior approval or without any prior recommendation of the government of or local community is called as biopiracy. Okay, what is biopiracy? So there is a knowledge about some community, there is a knowledge about some sort of biodiversity among the communities, then there is a foreign company which is coming to the particular country or particular state or going to the particular communities or forest, and then they are learning about the resources, then they are going to learn about the knowledge. After learning the knowledge, they are going to make a thesis, they are going to make a project, they are going to make some sort of outcomes out of it, and then they are going to patent it in their names itself. Okay, patent it in their own names. Once the patent is generated, they are going back to their own home countries and they start commercializing this patent, then they start getting benefits out of this. But this benefit out of the local communities knowledge is not passed on to the local communities. Okay, it is not passed on to the local communities. This is called as biopiracy. The best example here is, you might have heard about a community called as Todas. Okay, these are like indigenous community. Okay, it is a tribal community which is present in Nilgiri Hills. Okay, this Toda community is living with the forest in harmony, and they have certain indigenous knowledges. They had the knowledge of extracting anti-venom from snakes. Okay, since they lived in Nilgiris, they like used to come in contact with snakes a lot. So in order to escape from the snake bites, in order to have some sort of alternative for snake bite, they had the knowledge of developing anti-venom. So they had knowledge of developing anti-venom, and this knowledge of developing anti-venom was stolen by a foreign company, was stolen by foreign individuals who came to Nilgiri Hills. They did the research and they took the knowledge out of it, and they patented it, went back to their country and then patented it and started commercializing. There was a story that patented knowledge, which was the result of knowledge of Todas. Okay, once they patented it, they started arguing that this is our knowledge. Who the like foreign people? They started arguing that this is our knowledge and the Todas should not be allowed to generate the antivenom. Okay, look at the irony here. You are coming to India, you are coming to Nilgiris, you are stealing their knowledge, and then you are going back and making patent, and after that you are registering a complaint that this is our patent, Todas should not use it. Okay, this is biopiracy. After this case, India has started taking biopiracy very seriously. If anyone wants to do research in biodiversity or any local community, they have to take the permission of National Biodiversity Authority. And if there is any knowledge or if there is any resources regarding the biodiversity which is present among the local communities, that knowledge should be recorded in People's Biodiversity Register, or there is also called as Traditional Knowledge Library. Within this, all this knowledge will be recorded. Okay, and this based on this knowledge, government or the scientists can make a research and development, and then they are going to patent it in government itself. Okay, instead of this benefit going to some other country, they are going to take the benefit out of this and then they are going to share it to the local communities. Okay, this is better. Okay, so that is how biopiracy and other things work in India or work anywhere in the other countries also. So in addition to the preparation of People's Biodiversity Registers, biodiversity management committees shall be also responsible for the following, that is conservation, sustainable use and access and benefit sharing of the biological resources, regulation of access to biological resources and or associated traditional knowledge for the commercial and research purposes. All these things are the responsibilities of biodiversity management committees. So here both the statements are correct. So BMC shall also maintain register giving information about details of the access to biological resources and traditional knowledge granted, details of the collection fee imposed, and the details of the benefits derived, and etc. etc. And BMC may levy charges by way of collection fees from any person for accessing or collecting the biological resources for commercial purpose from any area falling within its territorial jurisdiction. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Okay. So if someone wants to do research and someone wants to gain something out of the knowledge, then the biodiversity management committee can levy certain charges on the individuals. Okay. So statement 1 and 2 both are correct in this one. Okay. This biodiversity management authority and biodiversity act of 2002 has been amended in 2022, and certain provisions have been changed, such as who is allowed to enter into these local communities without the approval of NBA or without the approval of BMC, who is not allowed in. Okay, what are the areas where one can do research without permission? What are the areas where permission is required at necessity? Okay, all these provisions are provided in Amendment Act. So do go through this one, or do go through the Amendment Act. There can be questions on this one in the coming years also. Then consider the following statements. Statement 1: India, despite having uranium deposits, depends on coal for most of its electricity production. Then uranium enriched to the extent of at least 60% is required for the production of electricity. So the question is like this: both statement 1 and 2 are correct. One is the explanation of 2. Both are correct. 2 is the explanation of 1. 1 is correct. 2 is incorrect. 2 is correct. 1 is incorrect. Okay. Even if you are not sure about the first statement, in India, despite the uranium deposits, depends on coal for most of its electricity production. This is more like common knowledge. Okay, in India, coal is being more used for the domestic production, and as a result, India has been criticized by most of the Western countries because though India is focusing on climate change actions, but it is itself is like dealing with coal. Okay, it itself is dependent on coal, so it is like a criticism against India. So there you can guess it. But second statement, if you have any idea about nuclear energy or nuclear bombs or any kind of things, atomic energy, etc., you might know that uranium enriched to the extent of at least 60 is required for the production of electricity. This statement is absolutely wrong, because for electricity production through nuclear energy, the uranium should be enriched only for 2 to 3% or 3 to 5%. If you enrich uranium beyond this level, then it has the capacity to convert into atomic bomb or nuclear bomb. Okay, so if the statement 2 is wrong, you can easily eliminate the answers. Statement 2 is correct, incorrect. So statement 3 is option 3 is the correct answer here. Okay, now to the explanation. In India, power is generated from conventional, that is thermal, nuclear and hydro, and renewable sources, that is wind, solar and biomass. However, the major production of electricity is achieved through coal, that is a thermal power plant, which is around 75% of the total power generation, and statement 1 is correct. Okay, so 75% of the total power electricity generated through thermal power plant. And what is the raw material, what is the fuel for thermal power plants? That is coal. Okay, coal is burnt, and with the heat provided by the coal, you are going to convert the air into steam, and then the steam is used to run the turbine. Okay, and then the running of turbine will produce DC and the converted to AC, etc. However, uranium enriched to the extent of at least 60 is not required. Uranium enriched to the process of easing concentration, increasing the concentration of uranium-235, which is a fissile isotope of uranium that can sustain a nuclear chain reaction. For civilian nuclear power plants, uranium is typically enriched to 3 to 5% of uranium-235. Okay, for civilian purpose, that is what is civilian purpose? Civilian purpose is energy generation or nuclear power research, etc., which is sufficient for light water reactors or commonly used for electric generation. And statement 2 is incorrect. Okay, 3 to 5% is required. If uranium is enriched to 6%, then it can become a hydrogen bomb, or not hydrogen bomb. This it can convert into large continuous chain reactions. Okay, that is required, not required for us. Okay, so option C is correct. So that question you could have answered easily with the common sense. Okay, if you had even basic knowledge or basic idea about nuclear energy, you could have easily answered this question. Then Consider the following statement. Marsupials are not naturally found in India. Statement 2. Marsupials can thrive only in the mountain grass with no predators. Okay, this is a question about species. Okay, for these kind of questions, you should first know what is marsupial. Okay, you should know what is marsupial. Only then you are able to answer these questions. Okay, for these kind of questions, like I suggest my students most of the times that go through or do watch at least one documentary in a day. Okay, or like switch on the National Geographic at Discovery, watch in the 30 minutes while you are having the breakfast, while you are having lunch. You can watch the National Geographic documentaries or Sony BBC Earth documentaries. These documentaries, trust me, is going to help you a lot in your environmental answers. Okay, even within 2023, you could have easily answered 4 questions if you had watched any kind of documentaries. Okay, in this question, it is asking about marsupials. What are the marsupial animals? Okay, best examples of marsupial animals is kangaroo. Okay, you know kangaroo. Kangaroo is, it has a pouch in its belly, like female kangaroo has a pouch in its belly, and within that pouch, the younger kangaroos are made to live there. Okay, any animal or any species of mammal which has a pouch like kind of thing are called as marsupials. Okay, so are not naturally found in India. Okay, this statement you are not sure. Okay, this statement can be tricky. Okay, but read the second statement. Marsupials can thrive only in the mountain grasslands with no predators. Okay, I have just given the examples of kangaroo. Where are the kangaroos found? Australia. Okay, what is the environment of Australia mainly? Is it mountain grasslands or is it no predators? No, right? Australia is mainly desert. Okay, desert kind of region, or you can also say tropical deciduous kind of like ecology is there, higher ecosystem is there in Australia. So this statement automatically becomes wrong or automatically becomes incorrect. If this statement is automatically incorrect, what will be the correct answer? That is statement 3 or option 3. That is statement 1 becomes right and statement 2 is incorrect. Understood, right? This way you can easily answer these kind of questions. Tricky questions, but simple common sense can help you. But for that you should know what is marsupials, and for that you should be watching this kind of documentaries. Okay, then marsupials or any members of the mammalian infra class Marsupilia characterized by premature birth and continued development of newborn while attached to the nipples of the mother's lower belly. Okay, go back, watch any documentary on kangaroo birth, you will be amazed. Okay, when the kangaroo or child is born, it is of this weight. Okay, it is of this size only. It is like a small pea plant kind of seed. Okay, but it is attached to the like mother's nipple only, it in the pouch, and it gains its initial development within the pouch itself. Okay, then there are known as pouch mammals because the adult females have marsupium, or which is called as a pouch. Young marsupials, which are called as joeys, do most of their early development outside of the mother's body, that is in a pouch. Okay, normally we as human beings, we develop most of the like early development within the womb of a mother. Okay, we come out of womb of the mother only when we are completely developed. In that sense, we are completely developed as a child. But whereas for these animals, they come out of the mother's body, but they stay in the pouch and continue the remaining development there. Then marsupials are not naturally found in India. There are over 330 species of marsupials. Around 2/3 of them live in Australia. Other third mostly lives in South America, where some of the interesting ones include flipper-wearing earcock, bare-tailed woolly opossum. Okay, these are very beautiful creatures. You just pause the video and check in Google. You'll be amazed to see what kind of species are present in Earth. However, marsupials can thrive in various habitats, not only in mountain grasslands with no predators. They can live in any part of the forest habitat. For example, some marsupials live in rainforest, deserts, woodlands, and savannas. And statement 2 is incorrect. Okay. Next. Again, I have told you this question is about like organizations, environmental organizations. Read the statement. Invasive species specialist group that develops a global invasive species database belongs to which of the following organizations? A. IUCN, that is International Union for Conservation of Nature. B. The United Nations of Environment Program, that is UNEP. C. United Nations World Commission for Environment and Development. D. WWF, that is World Wide Fund for Nature. Okay, if there is any kind of list, okay, any kind of list regarding species, close your eyes and mark it to IUCN. Okay, normally IUCN is more famous with Red Book. Okay, what is this Red Book? Within this Red Book, there are species listed under endangered, critically endangered, vulnerable, nearing threat, or not threatened. These under these headings, species will be arranged based on their habitat destruction, based on their numbers, based on the loss in habitat destruction, based on the loss in their numbers in the previous years. There are certain criteria on which they are discussed. So this red book is very famous. Okay, red data book is released by IUCN. Okay, similarly there is another book, that is Global Invasive Species Database. This is also developed by IUCN only. So any kind of species test, you can easily close your eyes and write your answer to IUCN. So, Invasive Species Specialist Group is a global network of scientific and policy experts on invasive species organized under the auspices of Special Survival Commission of the IUCN. Hence, option A is correct. IUCN was established in 1994. The ISSG managed, not IUCN. This invasive special group was established in 1994, and this ISSG manages global invasive species databases, which provides information on invasive alien species worldwide. Okay, the ISSG also maintains other online resources such as Aliens L List Drive, the Invasive Species Compendium, Global List of Induced Invasive Species, etc. etc. Okay, what is invasive alien species? Okay, what is invasive species special group or invasive alien species? Okay, alien species. First, we'll talk about alien species. Alien species is any species which is not native to a particular region. Okay, it is not like alien in the sense it came out of Earth, it came from Mars, it came from Jupiter. It is not like that. Suppose this is India and this is Western Ghats. Okay, there is a species which is endemic to Amazons. Okay, this is endemic to this Amazon basin. If that species is introduced in Western Ghats, that species becomes alien species here. Okay, okay, sir, then what is invasive alien species? Okay, what is invasive alien species? If this species or the alien species which has been introduced from another country or another region to this region, if it is impacting or if it is harmfully impacting the local communities, understood, right? If it has a negative implications on local ecosystem, if it is have a negative implication of the local communities, then this species is called as invasive alien species. Invasive alien species. It is going to have a negative implication or negative impact on the local communities, local biodiversity, and it will have a negative implication on the environment as well. Okay, the best example here you can talk about Parthenium, or normally we call as Congress tree or Congress plant. Okay, Parthenium. It is not native to India. It was introduced from South America during British period, and now it has spread as a weed in India. Okay. Then question number 6, again species. Okay, this also you could have easily answered if you had watched any kind of documentaries. So if you just watched this documentary, that is Incredible Karnataka documentary by Amoga Varsha, you could have easily answered this question. Seriously, you could have easily answered this question if you had watched Incredible Karnataka or Incredible India by Amoga Varsha. That documentary is very beautifully done by Indian. It has gained like many recognition, and also like it got many awards in the international level as well. And it has been narrated by Rishabh Shetty in Kannada and narrated by David Attenborough in English. David Attenborough is the person who narrated many documentaries in Sony BBC Earth. Okay, so like if you recognize the voice, you might not know his name, but you will definitely recognize voice. So go back and watch this Incredible Karnataka documentaries. So here, okay, back to the question. Consider the following fauna: lion-tailed macaque, Malabar civet, sambar deer. How many of the above are generally nocturnal or most active after sunset? Okay, here UPSC said that okay, I will have the students, instead of just giving nocturnal, I will also give the example that is or most active after sunset. What is nocturnal animals? Nocturnal in the sense those animals who are more suited or more comfortable living their life in the night time. Okay, those are called as nocturnal animals. So what is lion-tailed macaque? Okay, lion-tailed macaque is a form of ape species. Okay, form of ape species. It is like a similar to monkey. If you see the diagram, sorry, not the diagram, if you see the image of this lion-tailed macaque, sorry, this technology is too much for me. Okay, if you open the Google, this is the lion-tailed macaque. Okay, this is the lion-tailed macaque. So look at it. Does it look like an animal which is going to live in the night time? Okay, most of these images are taken during the daytime. So this cannot be the right answer. Then the second statement here is second or like option here is okay. Second option here is Malabar civet. Which is the Malabar civet? Okay, watch this one. This is the Malabar civet. Okay, it is similar to like a rat. Okay, it walks as a rat. Like see the images. Most of these images of Malabar civet, if you search in the Google, all these images are taken at the night. So this is a nocturnal animal. That is true. Third one is sambar deer. Or this sambar deer. This is the sambar deer animal or sambar deer. Okay, so this is sambar deer. See the images. Most of the images are like daytime. Okay, there is hunting, etc., etc. So it is not a nocturnal animal. Okay, so you can say that only one is the nocturnal animal. That is Malabar civet. Okay, only one is the nocturnal animal. That is Malabar civet. Okay, so correct answer here is Malabar civet. So option is only one is the correct answer. Lion-tailed macaque, it is also mainly found in Western Ghats, especially in Karnataka region. And Malabar civet, as the name suggests, Malabar in the sense, it is the region associated with Kerala. Okay, coastal region of Kerala. So it is found there. Sambar deer is mainly found in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Okay, so it is also state animal of Madhya Pradesh, sambar deer. So here the answer is A. Then which of the following organisms perform a waggle dance for the for others of their kin to indicate the direction and the distance of the source of their food? Okay, this is very like beautiful question here. You can easily answer this question with the documentaries also. You can search waggle dance of waggle dance of honeybees. So the correct answer here is C, that is honeybees. So honeybees are the ones which do the waggle dance. So they do the waggle dance to communicate the location of food sources or new nest sites near the colony mates. Hence option C is the correct. Okay, they perform a dance like this. Okay, they will perform a dance. First they will waggle around it like this, and then they will turn around in a semicircle kind of thing, parabolic way, and then they will tell their kins that food is nearby only, come in this direction, I will guide you. Okay, it is a beautiful thing which was discovered by some person who had more time on his hand, and that has been very news. So UPSC tries to ask these kind of questions out of the box. Then consider the following statements. Some mushrooms have medical properties. There can be. Okay, mushrooms have medicinal properties. Some mushrooms have psychoactive properties, meaning psychoactive in the sense they can have a drug kind of like impact. If you see many Indian movies or many Hollywood movies, you can see there will be instances in movies where they eat mushroom, where they will eat anabe, or you can say anabe in Kannada. Once they eat the like mushrooms, their like head starts moving away, and they lose the control about their brain. So this can also be true. Some mushrooms have insecticidal properties, meaning if any insect goes near the mushroom and eats mushroom, that insect is going to die. That can be also there because some mushrooms are poisonous in nature. And some mushrooms have bioluminescent properties. What is bioluminescent properties? Bioluminescence in the sense it is glowing in the night. Some mushrooms are bioluminescent in nature also. Okay, so all the statements are correct in this question. So we discussed 8 questions from environment. There are some 17 questions. So remaining 9 questions we'll be discussing next class. If you have any doubts regarding this class, do write in the comment box. So if you have any suggestions for me, you can write that in the comment box also. And if you have any video ideas, you can write in the comment box. In the coming classes, we'll pick up those ideas and make a video on it. And if you like the video, please hit the like button and also share with your friends and also comment on the video. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss any notification. And with this, I will end the video. Jai Hind.